Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? We're back. We're back. I'm trying a different angle here, different camera. Hopefully, you guys like it. Just playing around. Life is, as they say, experiments, right? So, on another note, it is Monday again, and I'm starting my daily videos. I did one earlier. This is my second one, and just wanted to jump on here again. Trying to work on getting better and hopefully bring you guys value. I feel like, as I've been growing my channel, I've been getting a lot of respect for those that have a huge audience and a lot of followers, because it takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of value that you need to add for the audience to actually want to get behind you and support you. A lot of the times it's just you being yourself, and I hope I'm being as transparent as I can be with you guys, and just any insight I have, any type of idea or any type of notes that I get from my books, I share with you guys, and hopefully add some type of insight that makes you guys think a little bit differently. And that is the whole concept of the channel, whole concept of the Instagram page. There's so much negativity out there, so much violence. I just saw a video earlier today. It was somewhere near my neighborhood. Somebody got shot. It's really, really devastating. I try to stay away from those videos because it kind of makes me lose hope in humanity, and how violence is obviously is not the way, and we're taught and conditioned when we're young, violence is the only way to solve a situation. But as you get older, you see that doesn't really have to happen, depending on what type of lifestyle you live in. I'm here to judge, but I think you want to, that be the last case scenario. The more level-headed mind, the more level-headed actions are actually beneficial for the long run for the both parties involved. But sometimes situations happen and people have to get involved and actually lose their lives, which I think it's very, very sad, because growing up in a situation where there's a lot of violence around, you were used to that as a norm, and today that I'm making my channels on the mind, I want to go ahead and just jump in there real quick, because I feel like when the mind is not at ease and you're not aware of your actions and aware of your moods and thoughts, your first reaction is violence. And being a kid growing up with a lot of anger issues, I think your defense mechanism is violence. And I think any young guys watching this video right now, hopefully you guys will understand that it's not the best way for, it's a short-term decision, but it's not the best long-term decision. A lot of consequences come out of violence. A lot of either if somebody loses their life, somebody gets hurt, you might regret something you might do, that it might affect you long-term. You might go to jail for life. You might really hurt somebody, or you might actually hurt yourself in the process. And it's just a constant, it's not a good way to solve anything. And this is coming from a person that I believe that was the way, but as I've gotten older and I realized, I look in hindsight, it didn't really resolve anything. If anything, it just made the situation worse, and everything just gotten, scoped a lot of stuff. But as you get older, or as you realize and you become more aware, I think we have to teach our kids that, violence is not the way. Yeah, sometimes people have to be put in their place, but to take somebody's life, that's a lot of anger inside of human being, to take another human being's life. And again, I don't know the situation. I don't understand why they were, going at each other like that, and why would they take each other's lives. But I think that's a lot of hate, a lot of anger, and it gets me motivated to keep this channel going, because I feel like all of us have those emotions in our minds, and the level-headed people that I meet, the successful people, they're able to know that that's an emotion, a thought, and they just turn it down or just transcend it, but not react, not let the outside forces, now, God forbid, obviously your life is in danger and you have to save yourself and you have to fight back. That's a whole different ballgame. But to initiate something with violence, it normally doesn't really turn out, in my situations, and my experiences that I've seen, it never really turns out the way you want it to turn out. And either somebody goes to jail, or somebody gets really hurt, or somebody dies. There's only three options in that situation. And it's very sad that I'm talking about this, but I just want to bring it up in the channel because it's something as also as men, we have all this anger, all this buildup inside, and a lot of the times it's also that we're not really fulfilled. We're not doing what we want to do. We're going to a job we hate. We probably have a relationship that's not really transcending or is not really fulfilling us, and we're like in all these angles. Life is not really hitting us, or not to our benefit. And the first outside trigger that gets us that reaction going, the first reaction is violence, and it feels good because you're letting it out on a certain individual, but that individual has nothing to do with your inner demons, inner emotions. And we all have, and we all go through that. So I've been there. I still battle with that every day. But it takes awareness to know that you're the one that's controlling this. Your reaction is your reactions. You have to be able to really evaluate yourself. And awareness is, knowing that you're mad, knowing that you're angry, knowing that the situation's not going the way you want it to go in life, but knowing that by you reacting to it, it's not going to make anything better. It's not going to change anything. The only way that changes is when you change. When you start noticing that those things are just triggers, and you're being the higher awareness individual. You don't judge them. You just you try to feel love for them, and love is the word. I think love, when you go somewhere, it's a lot of people that are just really angry and really uptight, and I think it's something that you realize that life like that is not really living. Like when you're always angry and always mad at everything, you're not really going to enjoy the situation. You're not going to enjoy the moment. You're not going to enjoy your family, your friends, your vacation. Sorry about that. Or whatever it may be that you're trying to enjoy, you're not going to enjoy because you're mad and you're angry. And to be honest, when you're mad and angry, it's very hard for you to actually think for yourself and for you to actually think of positive ways to move up in your situations or get out of the situation you're in. Anger and madness kind of clouds your judgment, clouds your creativity. A mind at ease and a mind at peace, it's amazing how much creative thoughts come up to you, how much insight you get from yourself, nothing from the outside, but you apply yourself more, you do more creative stuff, you follow passions that you probably once never knew you even had, and these are all because your mind is at ease. So not only is mindfulness, which I practice, about being at peace, it's also about understanding that anger and other emotions are normal. They're normal. They're all part of our... So let me just continue the last video. Sorry, I just got quite short on that video. So when we're practicing mindfulness, I noticed that when my mind is a lot more at ease and a lot more calm, I'm able to have more creative thoughts, more insight. I'm able to create more content. I'm able to have more ideas. And as opposed to before, when I was a lot more, you would be more stressed, more angry, you would have really, your mind would be kind of clouded. Like it would be really hard for me to generate any type of ideas or any type of videos. So I guess for any type of creative artist out there, you want to try to be as peaceful as possible. Try to get yourself in a situation where you don't have to be in an environment that you have to be always triggered, or always in an environment where people are trying to generate some type of emotion from you or reaction in a way. So I think environment is so important, and sometimes we don't have a choice, and we have to, be in a certain environment. And I think it all starts with you, right? And it's harder, it's easier said than done, because I've been in situations where you're in an environment you have to be a little bit more upfront and more defensive, but it's something that you have to be as strong as possible as far as holding your reactions and really, really, really controlling yourself, and always thinking about that the reactions won't change anything, and if anything, will make the situation worse, and it's not really going to solve the issue at hand, and the best calm collective reaction will solve the issue, and then eventually the person that is trying to trigger that emotion out of you or the reaction, they'll realize that it's not working, and they'll just diffuse it. The situation will be diffused, And hopefully it doesn't go to escalate to another level, but for the most part, you have control of your reaction, and be the higher, I guess, the higher individual, and just walk away. But I guess it's easier said than done, because in certain situations you have to, person's really, obviously your life is at danger, that's a whole different ballgame. But I mean, as far as having a discussion or conversation or an argument, it shouldn't be able to get to that type of, violent situation. But going back to my emotions, and I realize is the more calmer I am, the more at ease I am with myself, the more forgiving I am with myself, because we all have a past that probably we're not really too proud of. But the more forgiving I am of myself, the more I'm able to forgive others for their ineptitude, or maybe their anger or violence, because I know that their mind is not where they want it to be, and then I'm able to control that. And that's a skill. You have to be able to work on yourself daily, because we all have our inner demons, and I know that because I'm a person that deals with that every day. So being able to control them and being able to understand them is something that we take for granted. A lot of times we take it as the person is just born with those skills. No, you have to work on them, and you have to be able to actually take control and take action and work on yourself, how to better yourself, which ways, change your thoughts. The thoughts are very important. You have a lot of thoughts, a lot of fears, a lot of negative thoughts, and if you can be aware of those thoughts, because that's the way it all starts. Once you become aware of it, then you're able to stop and be like, oh, okay, there you go, thank you, but no. So you're able to control yourself. And a lot of these violence, sensitive violence, I think will be such avoided. And just want to jump on here today because my mind is, I try to stay away from those videos, right? But I came across one, and it really impacted me. So I hope I can help a lot of individuals out there that are trying to cope with their issues, and maybe they can go a different route and not have a situation where people's lives are taken, and a lot of families are heartbroken. So, all right, guys, take care. See you guys tomorrow.